So I have personally made $11,000 in the last 12 months, and I didn't follow any BS guru advices that most of the people are doing on the internet. And in the few seconds, I will be going to break down my most bad proposals with zero reply rate and my most winning proposals with 50% response rate, so you can implement this. I will be going to share with you my exact formula or the scientific formula that I use to land clients every time, and my proposals are hard to ignore. But before that, you need to stick with this video, because ultimately at the end I will be sharing a secret process, a secret step that most freelancers will ignore, and their reply rate just drains down. So let's get into this. Okay, so we will start with the bad proposals and boring proposals first, in order to see what kind of mistakes people make and how can you fix them, right? Okay, so here we have a job post, right? I have just compiled the job post here. If you see, this job post says that looking for a pro copywriter for a software company, and in which client says that it is looking for someone we can help with copywriting for different assets like websites and emails. This means producing long form and in-depth copy focused on maximizing the experience of reader. And also he wants someone who doesn't mind to go deep in details, right? And who can accurately represent their brand voice or brand tone. So this is the job post, and based on that I have just mentioned or gathered the 3 points. First of all, client need help with copywriting for website and emails, right? You can see there. Second point, clients need help with to maximize the experience of users, right? And third point, clients need help to going deep and accurately represent their brand voice or brand tone, etc., right? So this is the job post that you have been seeing and I have mentioned here. Okay, now let's take a look into let's take a look how the bad proposal actually looks like, right? Okay, first of all, this is the cover letter that I used to write 2 years back or 3 years ago, right? And I guess this is the only reason that I was not getting proper response on my proposals. So I started with Marco Hi, basically the name of client. I'm excited to see that you are on hunt for a copywriter who can create long form customer focused content while studying technical subjects in detail and keeping your branding intact. What's the number one mistake, or what's the number one point here that I did wrong? Okay, let me show you. So the number one mistake that I did, I started with I. That was my biggest mistakes. Clients are usually not fond of just repeating or just seeing. So clients don't want to see I, what can I do, what can I do? No, you have to tell them what you can do for them, what kind of solution or what kind of value you are providing them. So this was my biggest mistake, that I started with I, the biggest mistake. Number second, I mean, who wouldn't want to spend hours diving deep into interesting technological topics? You see, this is something like kind of a complicated language. If it sounds like a dream job, if you're ready for someone who can balance information with an entertaining tone, I'm your guy. Now what's the mistake here? Let me show you. Don't use words like dream job. You don't need to be desperate. Yes, when you're using the terms dream job, I'm really excited, I can do this, please hire me, you are ultimately telling your client that you desperately need this job. The moment you show this to your client that you desperately need this job, your chances of getting hired reduces to 0. So don't do this. Okay, but here's the plus point in this proposal. Here's my quick portfolio in the SaaS technical industry, and I have just blurred my portfolio, you can see here. But this was the plus point, and why this was the plus point, here's the reason. Okay, so this was the plus point because portfolios builds the credibility, right? So I have mentioned my samples, I have mentioned my portfolio just to build the credibility. And below that, let's chat about how I can help you transform your dull assets into captivating reads. I mean, just sounds like an AI, right? I use ChatGPT to do this, and I even didn't bother to customize it. So this is just boring CTA. This isn't going to work, right? So I just break down the bad proposal in front of you to give you an idea how this looks, right? Okay, moving on. So what we have learned from this proposal. Number Number one, it doesn't matter how good is your portfolio. If your proposal is boring, client will not even respond to you. This is the most important lesson that you have to understand. And number two, do not try to feel desperate about getting a job. It won't leave a good impression. Ultimately, you are telling them that you desperately need this and you can do anything for them. No, this is not how it's going to be work for you. You don't need to feel desperate about getting a job. It won't leave a good impression. Let me break down another bad proposal in front of you. Okay, so this is another job post, right? And basically in which client asked about looking for a technical blog post writer, right? And he mentioned about ideal skills and experience, and then he mentioned about his objective. So basically what I do is I just break the job post into sub steps, right, into smaller steps, so that I can understand what they are exactly looking for. So clients need help with problem solving blog post, strong research skills, and number third, to solve the reader's problem, how to turn the complex concepts into easy to understand language. So this was the job post. You can read that here, right? You can pause the video. Okay, so here's the proposal that I sent, and I know this is again a bad proposal. Why? Hey, I can write super helpful blog posts with clear instructions, not fancy words, that tackle everyday tech issues people face. I mean, what's the issue here? Again, I started with I, right? This I kills the response rate. Clients just skim over these proposals and they don't even bother to get back to you. Number second, I will explain things in a way that's easy to understand even for beginners. Okay, that's good, but plus I'm a research pro, so all the info will be accurate and up to date. You don't need to mention this. Your profile already says that you are a pro. So what's the issue here? Weak sentence. Everyone's saying this, that I'm the pro, I'm the good, I'm the best. You don't need to say this. You have to actually prove this. Okay, and the number third, why wouldn't we start with a 200 word trial to check my writing style? Let's do it. Okay, this was our plus point. Why? Because clients often love free samples, so you can offer them free samples, right, in order to get a response. So this was the plus point in our bad proposals, but still I didn't get a response, right? So these are the bad proposals that I have break down for you, so you can get an idea that how it actually looks like on the client side. Okay, so here are the things that make your proposals hard to read. Do not start with I. It kills their interest, right? Number second, do not try to be over smart in your proposals. Your clients knows everything. Do not try to be over smart. And number third, do not end with a closed loop CTA. Make them open loop, right? Tell them that how can you solve their problems, and tell them, you need to tell them that once they talk to you, they will get a solution to their problem. That's how you will make open loop call to actions in your proposals, right? Before coming to writing a winning proposals, you need to understand my formula, right? The secret formula that I use to write winning proposals, and I will be going to share with you in the end. So you need to stick with this video. Okay, here's another job post. Okay, so this job post was about client was looking for a YouTube script writer, right? $1,000. Interesting. And in which client mentions different things, like he wants someone that who can write scripts about his luxury and most expensive YouTube channel, and then he mentioned the rates, and then his requirements, quick turnaround time, research, and so forth. So basically I just analyzed the job description, and based on this job description I have proposed and I have written a winning proposal. So here's the winning proposals that I have written. You need to understand the anatomy of a winning proposal, because ultimately at the end I will be giving you my entire formula that helped me to land clients and even close more than 50% response rate. So here's the winning proposal. I started with, I'm not only sharing with you the sample you mentioned in the post, but I'm also sharing some of the craziest and interesting scripts with you. Tommy, here are the links. So what I did here, let me show you. Pattern interrupt. Yes, I didn't start with hi sir, hi madam, hi Tommy. No, you see, I mentioned the name of the client at the end of the sentence, and I started with a pattern interrupt that I'm not going to share with you the sample you just asked. I will even share with you the more, so you can analyze my writing style and you can justify my writing style with your job requirements. So pattern interrupt is the most important thing that you need to use in your proposal if you really want to get replies. Okay, below that pattern interrupts, I have mentioned my three links. And what are these? These are the relevant samples to that job post. Understood? So below these samples, I have just again captured his attention. How? As I have understood all of your requirements, I won't waste your time explaining every point here. Look, I'm just saving his time. Just click on the links above, read my scripts, and I'm sure you will message me here instantly to grow your luxury YouTube channel. What I did here, let me show you. Okay, so here's I'm just saving their time plus making them able to take an action. What kind of action? You just need to click on these scripts, just read them and let me know if I'm the best person for you. I don't need to make the claim that I am the best or I am the pro here. You just need to make them take an action, quick action. They just check your relevant portfolio and samples and they'll get back to you. And at the end, I ended with looking forward for a positive response and fruitful journey ahead. What's here? CTA, call to action. Just simple soft call to action. No need to do hard selling. So this was the winning proposal that helped me landed my $1,000 client. Understood? Okay. So, but before moving on to second proposal, let me help you understand what is pattern interrupt. Pattern interrupt is basically our brain loves patterns because pattern saves the energy and our brain sets on autopilot, right? And when it sets on autopilot, it usually skims through the boring and generic proposal. Clients don't even bother to read them. Pattern interrupt basically breaks the autopilot for a second so they actually pay attention. And you need to stand out from the rest of the guys to get noticed. And that's why I started my proposal with a pattern interrupt. Let's get into second job and I will show you how pattern interrupt works great. Okay, so this was a job post about experienced copywriting coach needed, and in which client mentioned that she needs someone's a copywriter to provide coaching and guidance on her copywriting efforts, right? And she mentioned that we should have a proven track record, and she mentioned that he should have a proven track record of creating compelling copies and so far that everything stuff, right? You can read that job post by pausing the video here. So here's my winning proposal again. This is how I approach it with just as 5 lines, right? And I got the client. So I started with, I'm not applying to coach you. Instead, I would love to be coached by you. You clearly value great copy, and I'm always intrigued by people who are passionate about their craft. So what was the most important thing in these first 2 lines? Again, pattern interrupt. I never started with something, hey, I can help you, hey, I can do this, hey, I can do this. Never. I started with a pattern interrupt, that I'm not applying to only coach you, even I'm applying to learn from you as well. That was the moment when I shared a human connection with my client. Okay, what if we flip the script? Short question. I'll share my unique frameworks for writing engaging, high converting copy, and in return, I would love to hear your perspective on what's already working for you. This is the most genuine compliment that I made here. So what I did here, let me show you. Question plus value. What was the value? That I will share my high converting and valuable copy, and in return, I would love to hear your experience, that what's already working for you and what's not. This gives the client an instant goosebumps that yes, this person understands me. And again, that's how I ended the proposal. This is not just another proposal. It is a real connection between us. Deal? Again, an amazing and compelling CTA, and I got a message from that client. So this is how winning proposals look like. You don't need to follow the traditional approach or traditional method that gurus are telling you. You have to understand that this is how the anatomy of a winning proposal looks like. Understood? Okay, so here are the things that make your proposal hard to ignore. Start with the pattern interrupt, right? I mentioned and I defined the pattern interrupt with you, right? And then show them how you can solve their problem, add social proof, samples, and then a soft CTA at the end, right? Okay, so now here comes the most interesting part, formula. The formula that I have been using, right, to write my Upwork proposals, right? And that formula is giving me enough revenue. Okay, so let me show with you. The formula is pattern interrupt plus your solution plus social proof plus CTA equals to revenue. So this is your formula that you are going to use in your next Upwork proposal to get a high response rate, right? You need to understand and you need to use this formula: pattern interrupt plus your solution plus social proof and plus call to action, and you will ultimately get the revenue, right? I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.